Ask me who the biggest stars were that have been to Cobblestones in the 30 years that we've been here. You know, at some point. Wait, are we recording?
We are.
Oh, you did it again. You did it again. Could I stop picking my nose?
Yep. Absolutely. How are you?
Hi.
How you doing? You doing all right?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good.
Thank you. How are you?
You know, I'm okay.
You had a rough week you did.
Yeah, my
I thought you were going to cry the other day.
Not
that crying's bad.
My day job has been a bit of a dumpster fire, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I know. I was with my brother down the vineyard for the last 24 hours, and he's in the same place you are. Just like and Asen left the Father's Day barbecues the other day saying, "I don't want to work." I'm like, yeah. Understood.
Yeah. I appreciate that sentiment. Jen and I have been talking about not wanting to work for a while now. Unfortunately, neither one of us is independently wealthy. So.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be independently wealthy. You just have to have enough money to, eat, have shelter.
Yeah. Two kids in college don't let us do that yet.
Change your vacations from flying to faraway places to renting a Winnebago and sleeping in Walmart, maybe. Yep. Walmart's parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy that they actually let people do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
It's a thing.
It is a thing.
Except my youngest daughter, Kelly, lived across from a Walmart, her previous residence, for a year. And I think at the very beginning she thought it was kind of a cool thing, but by the end of the year she was like, "Oh my God, you have no idea who parks there and what they do." She's like, it can be be quite distracting.
Yeah, not to be disparaging to anybody, but I'm sure there are Walmarts in certain parts of the country where the principal economy in their parking lot is probably meth.
Yeah, that's right. It's a little different than camping with the Coleman stove amongst the pines.
Yes, meth. Yep. All right.
So,
Welcome, everybody. My name is John Moynihan, and with me, as always, is my brother-in-law, Scott Plath.
That's me.
And we are here with our podcast, Raising the Bar. What's the rest?
Raising the Bar. I don't ever remember. We need to write it down and have it in front of us.
We do.
We should have it memorized. Well, this is only the first podcast, so.
That's right. This is only the first one, so
we'll be forgiven for making small mistakes.
We're going to make this one better. Raising the Bar. Lessons learned, making it better, and something else.
Yeah. Lessons learned in hospitality.
Yep.
And
not necessarily just hospitality.
Seeking better?
Yeah.
Seeking better?
And making it better. And how to be better.
How to be better?
Yeah.
It's close.
And it doesn't have to be just in the terms of a restaurateur like you are.
We better get better at remembering the name of our podcast.
Yes, but we both discussed today off camera and off audio how our brains are essentially Swiss cheese.
You know what? What is it?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I can't.
I know old age. The aging process has something to do with it. But
dude, I walk into a room and I have no clue why I'm there. None. Like zero. Just gone. Like, why did I come in this room? And then I go back and then I remember, and then I come back and I'm like, why am I here again?
Just curious. Do you think that the whole cell phone phenomenon, the social media, now that they're talking about, legislating or warning labels for kids, because their brains are being exploited. Do you think all of that information and that new habit of ours is adding to that whole dynamic? So, in short answer is absolutely.
Yeah. Right. As a biologist, if I put my biologist hat on, there have been recent studies that have shown that young people's brains are wired differently than ours. So you and I, right, grew up in the 70s and 80s. We were there when computers were introduced. We were there when the internet was introduced. We were there when smartphones were introduced. So we are digital immigrants, right? We can remember landlines. We can remember rotary phones. But we're perfectly fine operating today with these things, right? I mean, we're perfectly fine. Kids today, anybody under essentially 30, they're digital natives. They've never known
Right.
a time without the internet
Sure.
and instant access. So they've done studies and they've seen that their brains are wired differently. They think differently than we do.
Sure.
So yeah, I think 100%. I think that it could be contributing to why there is a difference in attention span that is noticeable. And now, because we are inundated, it's probably hitting us worse because our brains aren't wired correctly to handle it.
So that was my original question was,
Yeah.
you're standing in a room having no idea why you're there. How much of that do you think might be attributed to the additional burden, that we are absorbing by having all of that information and using it, and I mean, what don't you Google? What don't you confirm? The moment that two people in a room can't answer the question at hand, you're immediately picking that up. I don't know. It's just, so before, did you just walk away stupid because you didn't answer the question, so it didn't tie up any information in your brain? But now you know the answer, so you're trying to store the answer, so it's more data.
There was a day when you had to be okay with not knowing. Right? Somebody comes up and asks you, is like, hey, where was Rod Stewart born? And you just had to be okay with not knowing because nobody knew. And then 4 years later, somebody says, oh yeah, he's from Florida. And you go, oh, well, there you go. Now it's like, oh, where was Rod Stewart born? Well, let me check his Wikipedia. And I can tell you not only where he was born, but what hospital he was born at, where's all his siblings. And it's all there. It's all available.
So I never buy a round trip ticket almost ever, unless you have to. There's some reason that you have to buy it. It's a silly little thing. Part of it is value, business oriented. You know what? If I suffer a fatality on vacation, I don't need the ticket to come back, and I've saved myself $10, right?
Yeah, there you go. Smart thinking.
Right, exactly. And then the other, of course, is I do have a propensity, to I don't bring my license anywhere with me. Now, it hasn't been a problem forever. There's people who roll their eyes like, how do you not have your license? I'm like, I don't need my license. I never actually need my license unless I'm boarding a flight. But back to the point at hand.
And maybe driving a car.
No, you don't. You get pulled over, you're driving too fast. The officer says, do you have a license? He's like, I don't have it with me. It's in my other car. What's your name? Social security number. They look it up. Listen, I'm not making this up because it's happened. It's happened many times because I don't want to go through the process. Now, if you lose a license, you just have to go online and click a few times and you get a new license. So not a big deal really anymore. But once upon a time, it meant going to the registry, and that, that's as scary as the zombie movie they're filming outside right now. But the original point was yesterday, I went to visit my father on Martha's Vineyard, a little Father's Day, dinner plans. And for some reason, I stepped up to the window at the ticket office, Steamship Authority, and I bought a round trip ticket. I bought 2 tickets. And like literally, John, you can't make this shit up. I said, you better put the return ticket in your wallet now or you'll lose it. So I placed the departure ticket and my water bottle on the counter to the left of the window. I stepped out of the way of other customers, took my wallet out, put the ticket in the wallet, thought to myself, wow, you got a lot of things in your pockets. You really should put a couple of those things in your backpack. Oh, you better use the bathroom because you got to go to the bathroom. It's been a 2-hour drive to get here. Shoot, that ferry's leaving soon. Went to the bathroom. The happy idiot walks up to the ticket counter. I can't find the ticket in my pocket. The departure ticket is missing. I pull the return ticket out. I get on the boat and I'm like, where the hell is the other ticket? And it wasn't until I was on the boat that I'm like, I don't have my water bottle. I left the water bottle and the ticket at that's how long it took me to lose a ticket.
So about 30 seconds.
30 seconds, yeah. That is a very, very accurate estimate.
30 seconds.
Yeah, about 30 seconds to walk away from the ticket I just purchased that I shouldn't have purchased because I could lose it any minute. Yeah. Oh my God. So anyway.
So you're not alone. So I travel a lot for work, and when I go to the hotel, they always ask you, do you want 1 or 2 keys? You know, the little credit card keys. And I used to say, oh, just 1. I always say 2 now. And the first thing I do, because I learned, is I put 1 in my wallet and then the other one's in my pocket. I would say the percentage of time that at the end of my stay, I still have both keys is less than 10%. I lose it.
Yeah.
Like the one in my pocket is just gone at some point. I have no idea where it is. It's just,
You know what I learned years ago about cards in pockets that aren't in wallets? They find themselves in the crevice of the cell phone.
Yes.
So when you slide the cell phone out of the pocket, it drags the card out.
This little lip. That little lip right there. It pulls the card right out.
I know some people have those little magnetized like card holders on the back of their phone, but that to me just makes it thicker, more cumbersome.
That's just like a second wallet. I don't even like covers on my phones, but I do just because I'm walking around with $1,000 phone.
Yeah.
So you made a valiant attempt at a very cool segue.
I foreshadowed.
But yes, it was foreshadowing. It was very good. So we're sitting here in Cobblestones at the bar where you've seen us before, even though this is our first podcast, but you've seen us before here. It's as we're filming, it's Tuesday night, and the restaurant is closed. Why is it closed?
Well, it is closed because a TV production company called us and asked us if on this night, they're filming The Walking Dead Planet, Dead Planet.
Dead City.
Dead City.
Walking Dead, Dead
City in the city throughout the city of Lowell, where Cobblestones is located. So they called and they asked if I would consider on Tuesday night keeping the restaurant dark and quiet because they want it to be spooky and dark in the street where they're filming. And it looks pretty cool out there right now. They've designed it like an apocalypse or like high school let out and, you know, all the kids left all their litter everywhere. That's not polite. That's not nice. But asked if so I said immediately, oh my God, that's awesome. You know what I'll do? I'll have a candlelight promotion and tell customers to dress up like zombies and we'll turn it into an event. And I think pretty much that's not what they were thinking. And the next day we got on the phone with the scout and he said, you know, would you consider closing? And I said, would you consider paying for my closing? So the general manager and I went back and forth about what a fair price is, and yeah, so they offered us a much more money than we would have made on a 100-degree Tuesday night for sure. And so we closed, and we hate doing that. I'm here tonight actually telling people why we're closed because I just can't stand having customers come to a locked door when Google promises that we're open. So
it's actually pretty exciting. I just saw like 4 vans drive by the windows. I think they were filming in another location, so I think the actors are showing up.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's fun.
Yeah, it's the wreckage. The wreckage is arriving.
Is that why you have your Hollywood glasses?
I wore my Hollywood glasses, yes. It doesn't actually match the, what is it called? The Walking Dead motif.
The Walking Dead motif. No, you look like a very cool zombie.
Yeah.
Very Lauren Bacall of you.
That's what I was going for. Lauren Bacall. Yeah. I don't know. I decided to wear some Hollywood glasses to the Hollywood production
there
tonight.
You go. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. But over the years, 30 years, man.
30 years, brother.
Over the years, you haven't been a stranger to television and movies.
No, we've had a couple of movies shot in our movie scenes shot in our restaurants, and we've also hosted many a star, whether they're here for a movie or a television production or concert. You asked me earlier, what's the biggest? You almost asked me earlier, what's the biggest star we've ever had? I'm like, how do you measure big? Is it
right?
Is it a cash, salary? Because that's probably Oprah Winfrey, right?
Oprah, yeah.
Like she's a billionaire, right? So yeah. Oprah graced us with her absolute gracious presence one night.
Yeah.
And had dinner here and signed autographs in the snow, and was just a charmer, even though all of her security guards were trying to hustle her in the door.
Right.
If you're talking about biggest muscle-wise, The Rock. He is the biggest mass of a guy who's been here.
Kevin James is pretty big.
The huge dude. Yeah, if you're talking
big
about
dude.
big portly. Yeah. Kevin James.
Kevin James is
That's
big.
right.
But then it was...
the biggest movie star would be Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yep.
He and Christian Bale shared billing for the movie The Fighter, which was actually a story about a movie shot by HBO called High on Crack Street about Mickey Ward's brother, the boxer Dickie Eklund. Mickey Ward is a boxing hero. They say pound for pound, one of the toughest fighters of all time, who had 3 epic fights on HBO.
Arturo Gatti.
Arturo Gatti, that's
Yeah.
right. And so they filmed The Fighter here all throughout Lowell. And our movie pops on HBO or Showtime every once in a while, one of the two. And I cannot help myself. When it's on, I watch.
Yeah.
You know, as long as I have the time to just sit there and all the different scenes. But so they didn't film any of the, I'm sorry, I do that all the time. I don't finish a thought. All the different scenes in Lowell areas that you recognize, and Lowell people, they use a lot of Lowell people as regulars, but they didn't shoot any of that here. But Mark and Christian Bale dined here. Mark multiple times with his entourage, and with Mickey on occasion during the course of the week. And my favorite story about Mark Wahlberg and that experience for us was how one night he stood in the lobby, and a lot of people don't know, but Mickey Ward is a bit of an introvert, not antisocial, but he's a quiet guy, until he's punching you in the face. And so Mark was in character. He was standing in the lobby, leaning against the front desk, with his hands in his pockets, his head down, kind of just being Mickey. He's in character. And people, and he's Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
So people are treating him as though someone might treat Mickey Ward here in Lowell, a local superstar.
Yeah.
And and it was pretty interesting to watch. Hi, welcome.
Hi.
We're closed tonight.
Oh,
Sorry, I know it's very hot to walk all the way over here. Hate telling people that.
why?
The TV show that they're filming next
I know,
door.
And I'm on it, and I want to eat here, not my stupid food that we have.
Oh,
Sorry. Aren't they
sorry.
feeding you next door
Yeah,
at the
it's
Masonic?
terrible.
Oh, it's
Oh.
terrible.
I
Sorry.
offered, by the way, to do the catering for the show, but they said I don't.
was looking forward to this recipe.
I think it was you. I'll go run back there and make you a sandwich. Turkey avocado. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
All right. Nice place.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, we'll edit that out. No
Can
big
you
deal.
do that?
I can.
I don't know.
I can
because
edit.
we didn't get her permission to put on film, because I don't know, it might be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Nah.
We left the doors
She was
open.
like, nah. Listen, I've turned away, I don't know, a couple dozen people anyway in the last hour. And it's both heartbreaking and heartwarming to see the reactions. Like, one girl looked like she was going to cry. It is, mega hot out there, right? And so people are walking, a couple blocks to get here. And she was like, oh. I'm like, I am so sorry.
So
but
sorry.
I'm
So sorry.
I'm touched that you're so disappointed. One guy's like, we come here every Tuesday. I'm like, I hope you'll come back next Tuesday.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this is...
Try Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesdays are crazy.
Wednesday's good.
It's like hump day. It's like midweek,
Yeah.
Be nuts.
So circling back to The Fighter. So now when I'm traveling and I tell people where I'm from, I actually use that. I was like, have you ever seen the movie The Fighter? And they're, oh, yeah, I love that movie. That's great. I was like, well, Dickie Eklund, when I was really young, he lived like 2 streets over, and he may or may not have bought beers for my underage sister, who is now your wife.
Oh, I think I've heard that story. Yeah.
And he would do that for money so that he could go buy crack.
Yeah, and
Yep.
get an HBO movie.
And get an HBO
made
movie,
about
High on Crack
he and his
Street.
friends called High on Crack. So it's very interesting that The Fighter was made about the High on Crack Street documentary, in telling portraying the life of Mickey and Dickie as fighters, and
Yep. But there's
very cool, very creative idea.
there's a very strong accent, and that is our accent.
It's for real.
I got rid of that accent, but I can bring it out if
Yeah,
I need to.
yeah.
But
Stop.
yeah,
Stop it, Johnny.
and it's not quite South Boston, but it's in the same family. So it's like,
really
yeah,
is,
I'm gonna park your car in the Harvard. I was like, listen, I'm gonna steal your fucking car,
You have to get a cat.
and I'm gonna park it in my yard.
That's right. Well, the sisters scene.
Oh,
That's classic. If you never watched the entire movie of The Fighter, at least find the scene where all the sisters are pissed off on the front porch,
my
and they all
God.
start yelling at Mickey's girlfriend, and oh my God, like hair pulling, and it's like that's real lol.
I was too young, believe it or not. I was too young to like. They weren't my contemporaries, but from what I've heard is that's actually a toned down version in the movie than what they were in real life.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, they were tough little girls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
it was
sure. I've
crazy.
met a few of them through the years.
Yep.
Indeed.
And then you had the invention of lying, Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was
And
pretty
Ricky
good movie
Gervais.
exposure.
Yeah.
Jennifer Garner and Ricky Gervais.
There's a scene there in
Yeah.
a beautiful restaurant, beautiful dining room. That's
Yeah.
right around the corner from
Yeah,
here.
chubby snub nose Englishman tries to
Yep.
score the hot babe,
Yep.
and so he takes her to a special restaurant to make his case, and that's filmed right in the dining room, right in our dining room. It's also a good scene. It's a cute movie.
It is. Yeah, it's cute. It's an
cute.
interesting premise.
Yeah.
What else? Moonstones, which is also beautiful. Castle Rock. The bar. Stephen King.
Yeah.
Castle Rock. So the show Castle Rock, it was used. The bar at Moonstones was used as a hotel bar
That's right.
in one of the
That's right, a
episodes.
fancy hotel bar. Hey, Peter, how are you?
Yeah.
Good.
Hey, come say hi. We're actually filming
doing
a podcast.
but it's not live, but you can act like it is. And
Yeah.
Peter's the guy who agreed to shut us down tonight for the Walking Dead, or got me to agree, I guess. Is more accurate. Yeah. Peter agreed to shut my restaurant down. He made it happen. That's right.
Yep.
What's up? How's it going?
Pretty good. We're running behind, but we're starting to move over now.
Okay.
So I was wondering about green room space.
Yeah. There's a room over there that's already set up for about a dozen people.
Okay.
Big square table, and it's air conditioned and lovely. And as I said, they could sit around the bar if they want to,
All right.
but they might be inclined to want beer sitting around the bar. I don't-
Yes.
yeah.
Tempting.
Yeah, right. So, but definitely we set that room aside if you want to use it.
Perfect. All right. I'll go take a look and I'll just let them know.
And do you need anything else from me?
I don't think so. Not at the moment.
Okay.
We're looking pretty good.
All right, my man.
Yeah.
Let me know. You got
Thanks.
my number.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be right here.
All right. Thank you.
Avoiding temptation.
Yeah. What are we doing? Drink? What is this? Water?
No, it's water tonight, John. It's water
Jesus.
tonight.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
the weekend. It was a big old weekend.
Dude, you had a 3-cigar day.
I had a 3-cigar day. I'm not sure I've ever had a 3-cigar day.
That's. I don't know how you did that.
And the funny thing about that is I don't even like to smoke a cigar on a golf course. But, when the 3 other guys have fancy cigars and they're doing it, you kind of I kind of feel like I'm too old. I'm not that they were twisting my arm, but it just kind of like, oh, that looks like so much fun. They make it look fun, so okay, I'll do it.
Right.
And they had all the gear, the things that clip onto the card and the fancy, lighter. And,
Yeah.
But then the second cigar, I was like, holy shit! I fell victim again to
Yeah. FOMO. Fear of
the
missing
FOMO.
out.
I'm like, they're having fun with those cigars.
That looks so fun.
And then there were bourbons on the porch afterwards, and
Oh.
out comes another cigar. Oh my God! Yeah, I'll tell you what. I don't recommend smoking 3 cigars.
No.
I survived though.
Yeah.
I survived. I didn't make it to the vineyard that day. I I had to
bail.
postpone.
Yeah.
I texted Dad. I'm like, how would you feel about celebrating Father's Day +1, on a Monday? He said, it's a beautiful day, and I'm doing things.
Yeah.
He's like, you enjoy yourself.
Well, I'm glad you did, because you ended up showing up in my house.
Yeah.
Having
That
a
was
barbecue
a
by the
lovely
pool.
afternoon.
Yeah, it was great with Dad and Mom and everybody. It's good stuff.
Father's Day is always better if Dad's there.
All right.
Not everyone can say that.
No. And yeah.
It's
very-
amazing how many people
Very fortunate.
send messages. Facebook must be in heaven.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, all of these people who post,
Yeah.
I miss you, Dad.
Right.
Heavenly birthdays.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I miss you, Dad. I'll miss you forever. Well,
Yeah.
what are they telling?
Yeah. You know what? It's
Just memory. I mean, it must feel good personally to, I
So-
guess.
I was thinking along those lines a little bit. Like, what is the etiquette if somebody passes away? How long do you keep their Facebook active? Because I get like notifications from people that have been dead for 10 years
Yeah.
from their Facebook. Oh, it's their birthday, or it's this, it's that. It's like, is there a service that can, wrap things up? I mean, I think that's something that
It's an excellent question.
it's something that a funeral home could probably get into, the digital side.
Right.
of-
Would you like us to
wrapping
to
up
clear
people's
out the social
lives?
media presence?
Yeah, it's really kind of interesting.
Yeah, because people are all doing that on an individual level, right?
Plus,
That's-
it's scary. It's like you see it pop up and you're like, whoa, wait a second.
Yeah.
It's like somebody reaching out to me from beyond the grave.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I hope not. I hope heaven doesn't consist of, 24 hours of Facebookery.
Hey, look.
Just, I don't want to be up there posting, having a post.
Like, oh, look, I received a post from my kids. How sweet. They're thinking of me on Father's Day.
Yeah. I can think of better things to be doing.
In heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to figure heaven does not have social media.
I hope not.
It's heaven,
Yeah. I hope
right?
not.
Wouldn't the world be
Yeah.
a better place without social media? Horrible to say, as addicted as we all are
Oh
to it.
God, yeah. Yeah, what did we do before? Before the 18 hours of Facebookery, what did we do? There was something. We used to do something.
I know. I think about that in terms of Google, like maps. Like, you just got lost,
Yeah.
Yeah, you rolled down your window and said, can you tell me how to get to,
So that was like one of the things that I was never good at, directions. Like even to this day, where I grew up, I couldn't tell you, I could tell you the street I grew up on, but like 2 streets down, I couldn't tell you what it is. And I lived there almost my whole life. It's never been part of my brain.
right?
And then when these got good enough that this is all you needed,
Yeah.
I completely offloaded that portion of my brain into
Right.
this.
Sure.
I can't do directions. You know what I used to do if I was getting lost? I would just pick a car and just follow them wherever they were going. And just like, they must be heading somewhere.
I'm not lost anymore.
I'm not lost.
Going where
I'm
they're
just-
where they're going.
I may not get where I'm going, but maybe I'll end up where I need to be.
Yeah.
That was my whole
Yeah,
just-
like, sort of like an adventure.
a holistic approach to
That's very interesting.
getting where you're going.
How'd that work out for you?
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good. I was trying to get home one time from like a graduation or something, and I ended up, it was like, if I follow this car, it's going to end up at a highway. Once I'm on a highway, I can figure it out. I ended up like down in Situate, like South Shore,
Yeah.
like all back roads. And I was like, all right, this
Yeah,
did not
yeah.
work.
Yeah,
Except-
at a VFW.
Except it was a nice sunset. Well, it wouldn't be a sunset, but it was like dusk at the beach.
Yeah.
So it was very nice.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
A fond memory of following a stranger 40 miles south.
All good.
You wacko.
Yeah. I actually got that from a book. It was a main character would do that. So I thought I'd try it.
Right.
Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency by Douglas Adams.
I think it's smart not to try everything that you read.
Probably.
But
Yeah. Probably not from the guy who wrote The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Yeah.
yeah, you love that.
Not a
book.
serious guy.
Yeah. Uh-oh, there goes
Oh,
the
there's
phone.
the phone. Don't do it.
Torture.
Don't do it.
Torture. The phone is ringing. So when I first got here, then they were closed because of the filming. The phone rang off the hook, and we're talking about social media and technology. 4 phone calls in the first half hour that I was here were Google Assistant making dinner reservations.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, thank God I answered the phone because I don't want to miss reservations. I wonder what happens when the Google Assistant doesn't get an answer. Do they leave a message on the machine, or do they go to the next reservation option?
I don't know. I didn't even know Google Assistant could do that.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's almost like. As a matter of fact, it's programmed so it's a couple times it says, "Do you need a phone number?" Like they program it to say,
Really?
Do you need a phone number? I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, please. I will take a phone number.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. They spell the name.
Very nice.
Yeah. It's completely interactive, and it's actually pretty efficient if you get over the whole, "Oh, I'd rather be talking to a human." I'm like, what for?
Yeah, before
This
really.
works,
If it works, yeah.
How many people in your party? What time? Yeah. How do you spell Kate?
Okay. Hollywood. Let's talk some more about Hollywood. Or not
This is the Hollywood episode.
This is definitely the Hollywood episode. So we had Castle Rock. There was an episode. We had Invention of Lying. We've had a bunch of people here.
Ray Romano.
Ray Romano.
Ray Romano was
Yeah,
here.
Ray Romano.
What a wonderful guest he was. You mentioned Kevin James. He may be, of all the stars that have been here through the years, he may be my favorite memory because he did a baller thing. He actually invited us to go party with him in the room with the pool table. Hi, Cobblestones is closed tonight.
Hi, where did the film?
So the
Yeah, we're-
green room is right over there, but if you want to sit in the bar, you can as
Oh,
well.
thank you so much. We were just wondering.
Yeah, no worries.
Over on the
You-
other side?
Either door, on either side of that front desk, there's doors and chairs and tables.
It feels so Hollywood. The green room.
I know the green room. We have a green room here
We have a
today.
green room,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's funny. I couldn't get the
so wait,
catering
what-
contract.
so,
That's even better.
Kevin James.
Kevin
baller
James.
move.
He said, the 2 private smaller rooms on the first floor were booked that night because a lot of these stars, actually, pretty much all of them, don't make advance plans. They don't tell you that they are
Right.
when they are coming.
Right.
So both of the first floor rooms were booked, and Kevin James had to take an upper floor, but the upper floor, capacity is 60, 70 people, and he was 15. So he said, why don't you invite 20 people from downstairs to come hang with us?
Oh, that's cool.
And he ordered all kinds of food for them, and nachos and this, that, and the other thing, and he played pool with us, so it was good stuff.
very cool.
Hi.
I work with Pete with locations.
Yes.
They're looking to see if there's a little room that the actors can quickly change in. That's kind of more private than a bathroom.
You know what? The whole second floor right now is unoccupied.
Could we borrow it just for a quick change?
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Of course. You'll be the only ones up there. We won't go upstairs.
Really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no worries. Just don't steal any silverware.
Oh, you have my word.
That's what Serena Williams did that.
Oh yeah, tell that story. That's a good one.
Okay. I'm
That's a
sorry.
good one.
That might be my
That's
my
my.
favorite
I think that's my
superstar
favorite.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Serena Williams and Venus Williams were here with the U.S. tennis team before she had won, more Wimbledon titles than anybody ever, and but an absolute phenom and already widely recognized. And so they were the tennis team was playing here in town at our Songus Arena, and they had dinner here on a couple of occasions. So we gave them a private room, obviously, because we have numerous private rooms. But on this night, the place was to capacity, and we couldn't give them an entirely private room. But what I did was moved my family, who happened to be in town, went to the tennis match, and so there was like 10 of us. So we sat in the back room with them, the rear private room. They had one table of like 20. We were one table of 10. Ate their dinner. Everything was lovely. We left them alone, And as they were all leaving, they started getting up, and I look over, and Serena is at the table, and she's rolling one of the napkins. She's rolling one of the napkins up, and then I see her take it, and she stuffs it down in her pocketbook. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Serena Williams is like stealing linen. And I'm like, so as they all filed out of the room, she was one of the last ones to go. And just as she walked past me, I was standing at the door going, thank you, good night, thank you, good night. And as she filed past me, I just took her shirt and I went, I know you got one of my napkins in your pocketbook. And I was completely making a joke, but oh my God, she screeched, like embarrassed, but also laughing. And she's like, I'm bringing leftovers back to the hotel for my pooch. And I'm like, well, if anyone asks you where you got that napkin, you make sure you tell them it came from Cobblestones of Lowell. And she ran through the dining room like a 21-year-old, embarrassed. She had previously been talking about how she made out with Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel?
Really?
Vin Diesel?
Yeah.
And he smelled like cigarettes. And all the tennis team girls were like, ew. It was really hilarious. Peter, what's up?
Sorry, I'm
No worries.
just wondering if we could get the string lights around the porch.
I can figure out how to do that. Yes. I will text the person in
No,
charge of
no string lights in the
lighting.
apocalypse.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Yes. No string
Okay,
lights
my
in the
man.
apocalypse.
Yeah, all over it. Yes.
Yep. Walking Dead. What is it? Walking Dead.
How do you turn off the patio lights? Question mark.
Walking Dead. What's the title?
It's a dead world.
No!
World of the dead. Planet Death.
Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Dead City.
Dead City.
Yes.
Right.
Dead City.
You know what I keep saying planet? Because I went to oh no, it was Plant City, not Planet Plant. See, I keep forgetting that name too. I went to a place in Rhode Island called Plant City, which is a multi-unit complex of restaurant themes, Italian, Mexican, whatnot, but everything is plant protein. There's no animal protein in the entire building. I was actually looking at the build out because I have some ideas. Yeah, so anyway, I can't remember shit.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
So it's
Walking Dead.
Dead City.
Dead City.
I got it.
You got it. Baby.
Boom.
Boom. You got it.
Dead City.
Yeah.
They say Dead City, Dead City. They say if you say something 7 times, you're inclined to
Speaking of.
unplug them to the right of the walk-in freezer in the basement.
Okay.
Thank you, friend.
So speaking of veganism and vegetarianism,
Yeah.
so I've become a vegetarian.
Oh, congratulations.
So so I'm not a regular vegetarian or pescatarian.
Oh,
I am whisketarian.
you're so
Because I
stupid.
found out that whiskey, including bourbon, is vegan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I am now a whisketarian, and just like those other types of vegetarian and vegan, I'm just not going to shut up about it
Yeah.
and try and convert everybody to my whisketarian ways.
Look at you. Look at you. Is there any protein in a whiskey and quinoa? Okay, I'm taking it too far. I have to go turn off the lights.
I know. Well, we're gonna
Is
wrap.
this a good time to wrap up?
I think so.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
Hollywood calls, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's an exciting.
I want to go watch the zombies.
Yeah. It's
We
an
closed the
exciting-
restaurant down because I said there's nothing that'll ruin a dining experience like an encounter with a zombie.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
like you become the special.
You didn't see it, but a whole group of soldiers just walked by.
That's cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
You become the special
What? Special.
zombie, special
Got
dinner. Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sorry,
That's okay.
you were saying something.
What was I saying?
I tried
What was I saying?
to, Murder City,
Dead City.
Dead City.
Dead City.
Hey,
So, yeah.
we're gonna write a book.
We're going to write a book. Keep an eye out. This is our first episode, so keep an eye out for more. Keep an eye out for the Patreon. We're going to launch this shortly, which is
They don't
not,
know that.
It's
They
not
don't-
going to
they
mean
don't care
anything.
about
It's
that.
not going to mean anything to
Yeah,
them.
you keep doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't care about that.
They don't care about that.
Yeah, it'll be launched.
It'll be launched when it's launched. Hey,
Hey, you're watching this
pipe
right now
down.
because we launched it.
yeah, pipe down.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
stop being
I'm so technical.
Stop being so impatient.
Yeah, yeah.
And once we get the viewership, if you are a big wig TV producer or Hollywood person, think about coming here and filming some stuff because it's super cool. This building was built in 1859. It's a great location.
And we have a cellar speakeasy with a ghost.
Oh yeah, we have
Yeah,
ghosts.
yeah, we'll talk about that someday.
We'll definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. We didn't raise.
Raising a glass.
Yeah, raising a glass.
Hospitality and
Yeah.
doing it better.
There you go. Nicely done.
Boom.
Boom.